Well, we're on. I'm trying to get some stuff on. We're on.
We wasn't too bad late.
I didn't even get the station ID thing, but that's okay. It's WDXE. That's where we are.
Yeah.
WDXE AM 1370 105.3 FM. Around the world at WDXE.com and on Facebook and YouTube right now live with the Quik Mart Hour.
Wow.
And Ren and Stimpy.
So I was told the other day that I said WLX about 3 times during our broadcast.
Did you really? I didn't notice it.
I don't either because, I go between stations and it's hard to...
WLX is our sister station.
Yeah.
Our little sister. We're the big sister.
Hey, little sister. There's a song about that, ain't it?
Little sister. Yeah, Elvis did it.
Really?
Elvis did that song.
I thought it was somebody else.
Well, somebody else
Dwight
did do
Yoakam
it.
does
Dwight Yoakam did a
That's
version.
what I'm thinking about, yeah.
But
That's probably the more later one.
it is.
So tell me about your week before we get started.
Well, let's see. I've had a good week. I had a good
great
week.
week.
What about you?
Yeah, I've had an excellent week.
We had a good week. Yeah,
Excellent week.
I had to. I didn't have to. I had the privilege of going with some friends of mine up to Nashville Tuesday, so I wasn't here,
Okay.
and so I got to do that, and had a good trip and enjoyed it. They got a good result in their test back, so that was all good.
Yeah, that's good. Kevin, what about you?
Oh, great week so far. Had a lot of compliments on our last show.
That was crazy.
Yeah, a lot of folks couldn't believe that you could sit here and talk about bathrooms.
I can't anymore. So we're not going to talk about that today. It's going to be a complete swing.
What?
So
I found all kinds of people telling me all kinds of stuff. You don't want to know about it?
the neat part about that is it's something that every guy has encountered.
Everybody encounters it. I
There's
mean, of course,
there's not a young man who grows up without enjoying bathroom humor. Of
That's
some
right.
Sort
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially I took a group of guys to Gatlinburg and pretty much rode with their windows down the whole way. We won't go into more detail than that, but
Yeah.
they're
How old's your boy?
13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That just.
I'm like, it's 40 degrees outside, guys.
So there you go.
Anyway. So
What about you? Did you have a good one?
listen, let me tell you how I started my week. I don't know if you guys got to get outside Sunday afternoon, but it was the perfect day, what I
it was
consider to
nice,
be the perfect day. So we don't have church on Sunday. Since COVID, we haven't been having church on Sunday night.
Right.
And so have you guys have Sunday night church,
We
right?
do have Sunday night service, yes.
And so we got to visit one of our church members and have prayer out in her yard, her and her husband's yard. And there's about 60 church members showed up and had a prayer service out in her
nice.
yard. And it was really, really super good.
Yeah, that is nice.
Somebody's calling us.
Well, somebody's calling. I don't know if they want to talk to us or we'll see. Hey, good morning, WDXE.
Hey, Jeff, turn on YouTube, please.
Well, I think we just did. Maybe it hadn't queued up yet, but it should be on.
Well, it's not on.
Well, all right. It's telling me here that it is.
right,
hey,
thanks.
turn yours off and turn it back on.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
and then let us know.
Yeah. And I'll look on my phone right quick.
Look right quick before we go
now,
any further.
I always look at Facebook, and I assume if we're on the Facebook feed, that we're on the YouTube feed. But I'll check too.
I've got it as a subscription on
That's-
mine, so
It's wide open. We're there on YouTube.
Are we?
We are there on YouTube live right now.
What about Facebook?
So YouTube.
Keith,
I'm
check
sorry.
your Facebook.
Facebook.
I don't have Facebook.
I meant Facebook.
Well, you check your YouTube.
I'll check that too. Well, but you were telling about your prayer meeting while I'm checking. You tell
yeah,
that.
we're on Facebook because I'm sitting there watching it. Oh, I was telling you about what?
Your prayer meeting.
Yeah, it was really good. So, and I found out that Jane and her husband Kenneth are listeners, and she said she enjoys listening to our show. And
Yeah.
of course, after last week's show, I was a little embarrassed about the content. But honest with you. So, anyway, if you don't know Miss Jane Brown and Mr. Kenneth Brown, they're just super wonderful
Yeah.
people, and so we went and had prayer with her in her yard, and it was a beautiful. They live over on Brink Street, right behind the nursing home.
Yeah.
And it's an old house, and they told us who built that house, and it was sound like a Russian name, but I can't remember who it was. But they redone their house altogether, and it really looks fabulous. And I think Kenneth did most of the work. So, and he's got a garden over there that
Yes.
has no rocks in it. not a single rock in it. So
Okay.
he's already got his potatoes planted.
I found it on my phone. The YouTube feed is working.
Yeah, mine's working too.
YouTube and Facebook.
Yes.
It's both working. So we're good.
Yeah. So, have you guys seen this story in the news about? Let's talk about Elon Musk for just a minute.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, tell me what's your thoughts about Elon Musk?
Is he kin to Jovan Musk?
I don't know. Is that you remember the deodorant, the Musk deodorant that you would?
Yeah.
Or
I don't know why I thought of that, but yes. But yes.
so anyway, that's what I think about when I think about Elon Musk. But I don't know. I've sort of got mixed feelings. I like his stance on free speech. Obviously, he's got a great stance on free speech, and he can defend it very well. And so something, he owns the Tesla stuff, and he owns Tesla.
Yeah.
Well,
He owns a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he owns a lot of stuff. He's got his own rocket ships. I mean,
Got his own social platform.
yeah, exactly. Well, they just changed the name of that, didn't they?
X.
Oh, did they? To the X.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was next door.
Instead of it is. He owns it.
Instead of Twitter, it's the X, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Now you got it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here is a story from Inc.com.
Okay.
And Tesla started laying off 14,000 employees. Now, let me ask you something. Have one of you guys ever been laid off?
Yes.
All right. So have you, Kevin?
Laid off and fired.
Well, I mean, that's basically what happened here. I think laid off is just a good, different name
A
for
friendly
it.
way to say you're fired.
Yeah, friendly way to say you're fired. Well, how did that happen? Did your boss come and talk to you in person, or how did that take place?
Yeah, pretty much. He just come in and said, "Don't worry about it clocking in." He just,
Don't worry about clocking in. All right, take care.
Well, my first layoff was at Murray.
So they did that like seasonally, right?
Yeah, they did that. I mean, I was hired on like a lot of men were, or young men. This was in '79. On my 18th birthday, as a matter of fact, I went to work second shift that night.
And got laid off the
day-
same day?
No.
Oh.
No, I worked there it was about 6 months. I was 18 on August the 9th and went to work second shift that night, 1979, and stayed there about 6 months. And of course, they did their traditional layoff.
Yeah.
4 to 6 months, something like that. And I never did go back. I had an opportunity to go to another place, and I never did go back.
So, you pretty much knew going in, though, that it was going to be like
Oh
that. It
yeah,
was
you knew
cyclical
that.
like
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
that was kind of like you said, the thing around here.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people at Murray had farms. I guess is that they would work at Murray half the year and farm half the year. So.
Well, I mean, we're a farming community and have been,
Yeah.
for many, many years. So when Murray came in, they just hired a lot of the farmers, I guess.
Well, I guess you
folks
had to.
around. And I mean, that's who was here.
Yeah, the branch of Harvard had already shut down, so they had to hire farmers. I don't know. So let me read you this story out of Inc.com.
So what do we?
So we're going to talk about Elon Musk just laid off 14,000 people from Tesla. All right, and so, but there was a little controversy about it.
Well, I can see, Elon's not a real people person, if you've seen his interviews and stuff.
So let me start this. We believe in 6 degrees of separation or 7 degrees of separation. Elon, if you're watching this, we invite you to the show. And
come on in.
I think he's got my number. Elon, call me and we'll talk about how this took place.
I think we could get him.
I think so. He's that kind of guy. He just walk in and be here.
Yeah, I think we could. Get
And
him.
Elon, you'd be welcome here. We would. We'd
Listen,
make you a
he's
cup
not,
of coffee. Whatever.
He's not scared of us.
Oh, I guarantee he's not scared of us.
So anyway,
He might look at my bank account and scream.
yeah.
Anyway, what I don't want to read the article verbatim, but the first couple of paragraphs is pretty good. It says we should start by acknowledging that there's no good way to lay off 14,000 people, and I would agree with that.
14,000.
Yeah, I would agree that there's no good way. There isn't really a great way to lay off even a small number of people, though the logistics are certainly easier to manage. My point is that layoffs are inherently traumatic no matter how a company handles them. And I would agree with that. So what they're
agree with
saying
that.
is it's tough to lay off even one person, and to lay off somebody is pretty traumatic. So was that a traumatic time in your life when you got laid off? Jeff, you were sort of expecting it, so maybe it wasn't for you.
Not in that particular case.
Right.
No. Now later on, there were times when I was let go,
Yeah,
and it was not so pleasant
right, exactly.
for one reason or another.
And it's pretty traumatic. And so, with those things being known, the article goes on and says there are, however, less terrible ways to go about the painful process of letting people know that they'll no longer have a job. You can communicate professionally with you can communicate personally with employees, and you can demonstrate empathy, and you can provide assistance to affected employees to ensure their experience is a little less painful. So they're giving you some hints on how to lay people off. But on Monday, Tesla sent an email to employees saying it was laying off around 10% of its workplace, or roughly 14,000 people. So in other words, if you got this email, you got laid off. All right. The problem is they sent the email out about 10 o'clock at night. Or people are in bed. And then some people that were working the late shift got it while they were working. But let me ask you something. If you got an email that said you're getting laid off, would you believe it? So let me take this for example. Let's say that they weren't laying people off at Tesla.
Okay.
And you got this email. And you missed a day's work, and they call you and say, "Hey, man, where are you at?" Say, "Man, I read an email last night that said I was laid off." Do you think that would be an excuse to not come into work?
Jonathan Edwards wouldn't take that from you.
No, he wouldn't take that. He said, "Keith, you know our email system. We're not sending that stuff out."
We're not sending that out. But hey, in an organization like that, I want to point out something. In that very paragraph that you just read,
Yeah.
that's only 10% of his workforce. 14,000 people. In Murray's heyday, when they were at the biggest point, it was like 3,000 employees.
That's right.
Okay. So you think about this, and of course, that was huge here.
Right.
Very much so. I had no idea that Tesla had, does that mean, so they've got 140,000?
Yeah.
Employees.
And it's not just one plant. It's all across, across all plants.
So a 10% layoff in a employer that huge, I mean, how else would you do it?
I would get on a teleconference one day and say, "Okay, we need all employees to tune into this teleconference, and let me tell you personally," something like that, because you can't believe every email you got. I mean, I get emails from princes over in Africa, and I don't believe those. So,
You don't send them no money?
well, I have.
You don't believe them no more.
That's right.
Those scoundrels.
Yeah, scoundrels.
So they send out this email, and a lot of people didn't read their email. That's the problem. A lot of people didn't read their email, and they showed up for work.
You get busy, and you know, check your emails every
Then,
5 minutes.
Then, I don't know. I
But
don't know.
now look, of course, this is.
And I'm not bucking for a job with Elon Musk, but I don't know how else. I mean, how else would you communicate with a workforce that huge? I mean,
sir, surely your shift supervisor or your line supervisor or whatever could come up and say,
these people have got to have a boss, and there's going to be a boss over so many people. So it looks like you would tell the bosses or the shift managers and then, all right, you need to get these people and that's here, what's under you. You need to tell them that,
I agree.
But a little more personable, because I'm like you. I mean, I'm not liable to not check my email for a couple of days. I mean, I'd be showing up to work working for free, apparently.
No, so the problem is that when they showed up for work, if they didn't read their email, which many of them didn't, and they showed up for work, their badge didn't work.
Oh, well, I didn't think about it.
And so
they would turn your badge off.
They're like, "Why is my badge not working?" Well, the guards are standing out there and say, "Well, if your badge doesn't work today, you're not you don't work here anymore."
you don't work here anymore.
I mean, that's a hard way to learn that. You just drove to work. You got this good feeling you're going to go in, be productive all day, and your badge doesn't work, and all of a sudden the guy says, "Well, if your badge don't work, you no longer work here." To me, that lacks a lot of tact.
Yeah,
So,
I would agree with that. I would have thought. I guess you could do it a different way. I mean,
look, we're talking about a man that can put
There's bound to be
rockets
department
into outer
heads.
space. He knows how to communicate with his people.
there ought to be department heads, I guess, and you would make that happen through those department heads,
Yeah.
and they would communicate rather than a mass email like that. I guess
I would have, because you can't. I mean, what I was getting at is that most time you get an email that's fake or whatever, But again, my argument was, if I showed up for work and said, "Hey, I got an email last night that said it was okay to take today off."
So devil's advocate here, we're telling Elon Musk how he needs to do his job.
I would agree. Elon, listen, buddy, you know how to put a rocket in outer space. You know how to build a great electric car. Work on communicating with your people a bit better instead of just having them walk up to the gate and their badge not work. So,
if you read further down, he's paying them through June the 15th.
yeah, that doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, it still wasn't handled good. But
It wasn't handled right. Yeah,
you know, my job, you're not here no more, and they didn't pay me no more. I mean, so.
Yeah, well.
That does cushion the blow a little bit.
It does a little bit. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Of course, the last thing is it's not about whether you're complying with the law. It's about doing the right thing. So
yeah, exactly.
I do agree with that. Yeah.
So he may have learned how to lay people off when he bought Twitter. Remember, when he bought Twitter, he just pushed, but half the people didn't even have a place to go. Half of them were in that break room where you had to relieve stress from the traffic when you got to work. You know, they had like a break room you go in and just air out and stuff like that. I mean, people didn't even go to work there. I saw videos. YouTube was just full of videos about here's my day at Twitter. And it was, my goodness, you're getting paid for that?
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Anyway,
I can see him being about, trimming the fat off and making it run better.
And it worked just fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Twitter didn't miss a beat.
No, they did not.
Well, I can't say that. I don't have Twitter, but I assume it is.
As far as you know, huh?
Their stock was still going up.
I still have. I don't do tweets, but I have the app, so I would get, certain things.
Yeah.
And now it's the X thing, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And I get it for kind of the headline stuff. There's a few people, I guess, on the conservative scale that I keep up with, and I'll see their post. It'll pop up, and I'll see those.
Yeah.
Something like that, which I find interesting.
So can you put stuff on there when they post stuff? Can you post stuff too?
You can
put your own.
You can reply to the tweet.
You can reply, or you can do your own tweet.
Yeah, or you can retweet.
Your own. And
tweet
then,
it.
Now, does Truth Social still have a presence?
Yeah, they do, because I watched I watched the news online, and it pops up every time.
So and that's Trump's deal. That's Trump's version of Twitter or whatever. It's called Truth Social. Now I don't know if I have it or not. I
don't have that one.
And that was pretty strategic on his part. A couple of weeks ago, maybe last week, he had to come up with a bunch of money to post bail or something.
Yeah.
So he just makes an IPO and puts Truth Social out there and makes millions of dollars in one day.
Bingo presto!
Like bang. So
that's kind of like I'm going to do with my horse stables.
Yeah,
I'm going to make millions.
The problem is that we've got the only lane in America.
The only horse lane.
Talking about the horse lane, I don't think there's any. Go ahead.
Maybe I could talk Buc-ee's into this system.
Hey, it would go right along with it, right?
Yes.
Smaller version, maybe a Billy's or something.
Yes.
That got to be a full-on Buc-ee's.
Buffy's.
Yeah.
Buffy's, something.
That's what we like. All right, so we've been talking about this for a long time, guys. We've been talking about the subject for a long time. Our next subject is, are we going to be serious about losing a few pounds?
Yes.
I don't want to talk you guys into this, but I'm going to be. And so I have got my plan in front of us. So I'm going to go through my plan, and then we're going to have a weigh-in if you guys want to be a part of it. And we're going to have some winners, too. So here's what's going to happen. If you guys want to be a part, then we'll have a three-way contest, sort of. And it'll be on total pounds lost.
Total pounds lost?
Yeah, not percentage, but total pounds lost.
Oh, my gosh.
And the person who loses the most pounds gets a $100 gift card from Quik Mart. The second place gets a $50 gift card from Quik Mart, and the third place gets a $25 gift card from Quik Mart, because there's
only
winners.
three of us here.
I know, so we're all winners already.
So this is us. You talking about between us, we're doing this.
But between us, we're doing this.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask Quik Mart to pay for it. So
this is beginning to smell a little bit like the Twitter job.
Yeah, so Sally, Charlie, Jonathan, if you're watching this, I'll be hitting you up for a little money. So what I want to do, though, is I want to in a few minutes, we'll take some calls. Maybe if you haven't called or haven't won already, give you an opportunity to win. But you can't win today. Obviously, we're going to have to set a timeline on this.
Yeah, what is going to be the time? Or are we going to make one?
So I would like to do it I would like to weigh in before my cruise, which is June the 9th. So what is the Thursday before June the 9th?
I don't know. Let me look.
Yeah, got to look.
All right.
9th is a Sunday, I believe. Oh, my goodness.
You had to look at my grandbaby. I got a picture of my grandbaby. So there you go. Let's see. That was sent to me this morning. Let's see. Calendar.
So it'll be the 6th of June?
6th of June.
The 6th
Thursday,
of June.
the 6th of June. That gives us a couple months.
Yeah, a little over a month.
All
I
right.
guess, right?
All right, yeah. So
You, May, and
we'll all play for somebody. All right, and then whatever we win, they win. Okay, does that make sense?
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So
All right,
we'll all have somebody that, because what that will be is that they will be our inspiration to keep going. And we'll be accountability partners for each other.
Knock the corn
I
dog
really
out of your
do.
hand,
I really,
see
really,
how
really
eat.
do need to do it. And Teresa, my wife, bless her heart, just yesterday, and I didn't know you were going to do. I mean, we hinted at this, but I didn't know it was
Yeah.
going to start today. But she told me yesterday that she said you are going to have to do. And she said, you promised me you will do. So I just promised her that I would do this.
Okay.
So here we
good.
go.
Be
so
in a
here we go.
contest?
No, get some weight off.
Oh, okay.
So
She said, I'm tired of looking at your big old fat head.
Wow, that's a lot of love right there. Did you compliment her or
she
something?
she really didn't say that.
oh me.
But anyway.
So here's what my problem has been in the past is I'll try to lose a few pounds, and then I'll have in my mind this plan, and then I always fall away from the plan because it happens to be like the second week of November when I try to start something, and then Thanksgiving messes it up, and then Christmas messes it up, and I keep telling myself, well, I'll start January 1. That never happens either.
I have lost hundreds of pounds.
Yeah, cyclically, or
I've lost hundreds of pounds and gained them right back.
yeah, I'm telling you.
It's happened a lot to me.
So my new plan that I have, and you guys may have to come up with your own plan. My new plan has some exceptions in there, so that even when I do mess up, at least in my brain, I haven't fallen off my plan.
So like a cheat day and stuff.
So yeah, I will go through it right quick.
Okay.
So here's how I plan on losing some weight. So my goal is to get down to between 215, 220 pounds is where I'd like to be. And the reason I'd like to be that is because back when I used to weigh that, I've got some nice clothes that I used to be able to fit into.
Did you keep them?
I've kept them all, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'd like to fit in those clothes again, especially blue jeans. I bought some blue jeans the other day, but I felt bad. So I've got 8 things listed of what I'm going to do to try to lose some weight. Number one is first off, I'm going to stop drinking sodas.
Right.
All right, so I tried this for like 6 months, and it really works. If you're like me and you drink a soda every time you get thirsty, it will really help you.
Do you drink regular sodas?
Yes.
Okay. See. Okay.
I don't like the taste of diet soda.
So I don't like the taste of sugar sodas.
Oh well, I guess you adapt to it, don't you?
Yeah, I like the diet. I like the diet. Well, I'm a diet sundropaholic is the problem.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, that's and Diet Mountain Dew and Diet Sundrops are 2 great sellers for Quik Mart, and we do have them in stock and cold.
Yes, you do. And usually the Sundrops have a 2-for deal.
Yeah. And, we got that on our fountain, too. So you can go walk up and get a large cup of ice with a Sundrop in it, too. That's awesome. All right. So the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to eat in moderation.
Wow.
So that I grew up where you had to clean your plate.
I did too.
And so that's where I learned my bad eating habits. And I eat fast because I grew up family of 6. And if you didn't eat fast, you didn't eat.
Right, yeah.
So
Eat fast. I mean, and of course, school and everything. By the time you went through the line, you sat down and you ate and got done.
We're getting text messages. Rodney says he's lost 62 pounds in the last year. Went from 262 to 200.
Wow.
And then he says, you can do it.
That's Rodney.
So encouragement.
He's encouraging you.
He is.
Cool.
Way to go, Rodney.
He's encouraged. Rodney's a good guy when you ask him.
What is Rodney doing?
Do what?
What's Rodney doing?
What do you
Weight
mean, what you
Watchers
doing?
or?
He probably just, he
You
didn't
know, I
say.
see all these advertisements for the skinny drops and stuff.
He went on that Hungarian monk diet, I guess, on starvation diet.
I guess he just ate
Well,
right
I mean,
and sat loose.
I'm interested because a lot of people do lose weight, and I'm interested how you do it because I'd like to find a way to.
Well, I mean, I think I got the perfect way right
well,
here.
see, I'm already out on stop
Are you
drinking
sure
so-
this is a perfect way?
Yeah, because last time we only made it through it. So obviously, if I drink less sodas, I got to drink more water.
So
That's
drink,
gonna be
Well, yeah.
drink no sodas and go to water.
okay. And I'm going to eat more baked or grilled food and less fried food. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try not to eat any fried food and just go to baked or grilled. And let me tell you, I had some baked pork chops yesterday in town. Man, they were unbelievable.
That was where, I bet.
Strikers.
Okay, good.
So I'm going to eat less beef. I don't know about you guys, but my metabolism has changed over the years, and beef just is hard on me. That's the only way I can explain it. I love to eat beef and hamburgers and steaks and stuff like that, but man, it weighs on me. I don't know either way to describe it but that.
Really?
Yeah. So I have been eating less beef already. So that's
you're gonna go to mostly chicken.
Chicken and fish.
Chicken and fish.
And I like vegetables, so I've got me a vegetable steamer coming off of online. I'm getting a vegetable steamer, and I like broccoli and stuff and carrots steamed.
Okay.
So
I like broccoli, actually.
Yeah, I do too. I love it. So I'm going to reduce my coffee consumption. So I drink about 10 cups of coffee a day, and every one of them are sweetened.
You drink coffee with
creamer in it and sweetener.
Yeah, see, that's a bump. The sugars were you.
And I've got it right now. Okay, so I was doing one last cup, So here's one that is really
now this could be hard right here.
No meals after 6 p.m.
Well, and I understand.
And
why.
it's tough in the summertime.
Yeah.
But in the wintertime, it's not. But I have a habit sometimes working out until it's dark, or doing something until it's dark, and then going inside and eating. Well, by the time you eat, it's 8:30, and then you go to bed.
See,
That's
last night, we had church. We had church last night.
Yeah.
And so we were like, by the time you get out and talk a little bit, and meander around talking to your friends and that, it was well after 8 o'clock when we left.
Right.
And we went to eat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it was pushing 9 o'clock by the time we were finished eating, or after.
Yeah.
So let me ask you,
and
if you don't eat before, it's like you said, it's 8 o'clock now. You just don't eat.
We have an opportunity to eat.
You don't.
So we eat on Wednesday night. We eat at church, and I get off in time. Our church doesn't start till 6:30, so I get off at 5. So we got an hour and a half to eat before we go to church.
Yeah.
And so we get that done. All right, and so the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk 2 miles at least 3 days a week. And so I just started doing that last summer, and believe it or not, I lost some inches around my waist. I was able to get some of those older clothes on.
Oh, really?
But then winter came, and I quit walking. And I do have a treadmill upstairs, but it's just not the same. I don't know if you guys got a treadmill. It's just not the same as getting out.
So my sweet wife asked me if I would walk with her every, a little bit every day, just start.
Yeah.
That just yesterday she asked me.
And y'all got a great place to walk out there.
We do. You just got to watch for the chicken manure trucks coming.
Are you being serious?
Sometimes, so often.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have chicken barns when they clean them out.
Yeah.
They bring and spread the chicken manure on the pastures.
Oh, okay.
And and when those guys come to do that, they fly up and down those roads, man. They got to get there hurry, evidently.
Oh, I got to show y'all a picture talking about before we go into further into my plans, since you talked about chickens.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull it up on phone. I don't know if I can.
So what kind of stuff are you going to eat for breakfast if you're not going to eat no fried stuff?
Like what?
A boiled egg or
so,
I mean,
well, I can, but I'm a cereal guy. So last night,
cereal's full of sugar, bud.
Yeah, sugar and carbs.
Listen, we're not finished with my list.
Okay, all right.
So
well, don't get huffy.
Well, I'm just asking.
All right, so,
I'm just what we've read so far.
So since you guys got questions, I'll just finish the list right here. All so right. The reason people quit their weight loss program is that they fall off the wagon.
Right.
Yeah.
And the mindset is, well, I'm already off my plan. I'll just do whatever.
Let's eat whatever I want.
All right, so I have incorporated those things in my plan, so that even if I do fall, I'm still inside the confines of my plan.
Okay.
So here's the exceptions to my weight loss, or part of my plan. I need to call. All right, Sunday mornings is out, because Sunday mornings is the one time that our family, my wife and my kids, we all sit down and have Sunday morning breakfast together. And so I don't want to be nitpicking over there during Sunday morning breakfast, because I always make gravy, I always make biscuits. And
you do chocolate gravy?
I do regular gravy.
Okay.
What time is it ready?
It's a regular, right at 8 o'clock. Right at 8 o'clock.
Just
so
conveniently drop
we
in.
would have time to come by on our way to church.
Yeah, and there's always plenty. There's always plenty.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
All right. So the other thing I have made an exception for is business-related meals or outings and trips, because the business I'm in, we have business luncheons all the time and stuff like that, and we go on trips maybe to Atlanta and to Vegas or whatever, So you can't be on a diet when you're there. So, or you don't want to have that stigma over you. All right, the other one is family get-togethers. All right, so
I'm just taking a note here.
yeah.
The list of exceptions is longer than the list of diet.
But it's psychological, Jeff. It's psychological. And we'll get to it in just a
I'm
minute.
just
So family get-togethers are out.
I can, if you knew the family I'm dealing with, you might as well forget.
I was thinking about you when I wrote this because your mother-in-law,
Yes.
they're
always cooking.
Yeah. What do you got, Jeff?
I'm just laughing about it because
All right.
I'm okay.
All right, so family get-togethers.
Listen,
So
all I'm going to say is I'm going to win this contest.
Well, I'm just saying, had I been on this diet and then I went to a family get-together, in my mind, I would have said, well, I've already broke my diet. But here, I can say, you know what? I'm still on track.
You on track?
Yep.
Okay.
Wake up the next day and don't drink a Coke.
If that works for you.
I'm just telling you.
Okay.
It could. All right, so family get-togethers are out. Church socials are out because I can do whatever on the church social because there's so much good stuff at church socials, including deviled eggs, and they're unbelievable.
You got to have deviled eggs.
Yeah.
The eggs ain't on your diet? And they're not
Yeah, they
fried?
are. But,
Okay.
you put mayonnaise and all that kind of stuff
Well,
in there
yeah,
with them.
you
You
gotta
fatten
make
them up.
Yeah.
All right, the other thing is while on vacation. Have you ever been on a diet while on vacation? That's
Nope.
almost oxymoronic.
Yeah, no, that is
Or
always
just
been my
pure
only exception.
pure moronic.
Yep.
So you can't be on a diet while on vacation. All right, any meal in which I'm accompanied by 4 or more people. All right, I don't want to look like a moron while I'm sitting in a crowd of people eating weird stuff. So I'll.
Well, you don't have to eat weird stuff,
Yeah.
but you could eat sensible.
Moderation and bait.
Well, I might think about that.
All right, I'm just saying you've got so many exceptions in here. You're never going to diet.
You just don't know. I mean, it's pretty.
Okay.
All right, so the other thing is work related too. I get an exception when I'm testing new products or pastries as part of my current job duties.
So if you're on the job,
I'm going to make a
or you're
prediction.
testing-
I'm going to make a prediction. He's going to gain weight during this
It
deal.
sounds like it.
I've gained about 10 pounds since I went to Quik Mart. That's unbelievable.
Well, somebody has to test that stuff.
You
don't
wouldn't
they?
believe it, though. Just the amount of food that comes through the door. These vendors bring in this stuff and say, you guys got to try this because we want to put it on your shelves. And, man, it's just they don't bring just one pack. They bring
No.
a table, loads of it.
Oh, my gosh.
And
Okay.
it's just unbelievable. And it's not just one day a week. It's all the time. But that's part of my current job
Help
duties.
me. Now the next one.
Yes, I know. Explain that.
All right, so the next one is while driving. I got an exemption while driving because
You can eat whatever you want while you're driving.
so
I just drive and eat then. I mean, what do you mean
Well, I
by
mean,
that?
I'm on a diet, and it's really strict, but if I get in the car,
And I start driving.
that's all
if I
over.
get in the car, I can eat anything I want.
Well, I'm just saying that if I mess up and I eat something while in the car, I'm still on my plan.
As
So
long as you're driving.
because
Because you plan for it.
I don't know about you guys, but
I got that. I think I get in the mentality is he planned for it, so it's okay.
That's right. It's part of my plan. I
Okay.
have not messed up my plan.
I got you.
But here's why I put that in there. About 10 years ago, I guess, my kids were young.
Yeah.
And we were coming back from Florida. And I knew I was getting sleepy when I was driving. And I was thinking that I need to pull over to the next exit and get a Mountain Dew or whatever. And I pictured myself grabbing a Mountain Dew. Well, I was asleep. Next thing I know, I'm off the edge of the road. Here I got my wife and kids in the car, It's like, wow. So I always have something to drink. And that's what got me drinking coffee.
Well, I usually have something to sip on pretty much all day, and it's usually a Diet Sundrop. Now, and I don't drink a whole lot of them.
Yeah.
But I sip on one may last me all day. I'll sip it all day.
No.
Right.
I'll go through a 6-pack a day.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I used to, but not anymore. I'll just sip on one, a little sip here and there.
Yeah. Well, see, my go-to drink, like if I'm in Lawrenceburg and somebody says, hey, you need to go to store number 3 over in Tullahoma, my go-to drink is I'll carry a Sundrop with me.
Yeah.
And I'll sip on the Sundrop all the way over. I don't guzzle it down or anything. I just sip on it as I go over there. So I don't want to quit doing that. So I got to give me an exception for that.
Okay.
So
When
while
I go
driving-
to Quik Mart and get the 2-for deals, Diet Sundrops,
Yeah.
I usually have they're in the truck, and one of them I'll still have Sundrop left in one of them, and take the other one in the house and put it in the refrigerator
So let me ask you, have you guys figured,
at the end of the day.
since you're a little bit older now, do you drink a whole drink? I find that I drink just maybe a third of it and I'm done. So,
No, I don't drink a whole one anymore. Not.
And they got those little ones now, those little canned drinks. Those are awesome.
No, I ain't
because
doing
it's
that.
the perfect size. It's like 8 ounces.
No, I'm
You
too
want
much,
the option of drinking it all?
I want the 20-ounce bottle. It's like, even if I don't drink it all, I still have to have that one.
See, I prefer a can.
No, a can. And see, your mustache ain't long enough yet, but a can. but if you drink it in a can drinking, it grabs on them little nose, them little mustache, and the tap you get stuck in there.
Oh my
You'll
goodness.
quit that deal.
Get your straw, huh?
That's right.
All right, and the last one is my last exception is when somebody asks me nicely to try something.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to say I'm on a diet. I can't try that. I hear people say that.
What
all
if
the
they
time.
don't ask you nicely? They say, try this.
Yeah. Oh, me. So that's my plan.
That is your plan.
And I think it's doable.
Are you counting carbs? You counting calories? You doing anything like it? Or are you
I'm not doing nothing.
Don't worry about that.
I'm just going to eat and be happy.
You're just going to.
My biggest two things are stop drinking sodas and walking 2 miles a day.
Lot, yeah.
And drink more water. Those are my three biggest things that I think is going to help out.
The walking and drinking regular sodas, especially. Now, I don't know about your cereal deal, because I think you need to look at your box on your cereal. Cause
what kind of cereal do you eat in the mornings?
I just ate a half a box of honeycombs. I mean, my goodness. But I like honeycombs, and I like the sugar corn pops, or they just call them pops now, corn pops, and they got a lot of sugar in them.
I got a good shot at winning this one. I got a good shot. I know that just on the surface of things, it doesn't seem that way, but I got a good shot.
So we got to get going. You got I've sort of hinted last week that we weigh in this week.
Yes.
And so
did you bring scales?
I did bring the scales. I had my wife. So my wife lives upstairs, or she sleeps upstairs. I sleep downstairs, and she has the scales in her bathroom. So I texted her this morning and said, "Hey, can you bring the scales down with you?" And she did. So
you didn't want to walk up the steps and get it?
if I don't have to go upstairs, I don't. So.
Okay.
It's one of those deals. All right, so
we're gonna weigh in.
We got to have people call first.
Oh, we got to do that.
Let's get 3 callers. If you haven't won in a long time, or if you're a new listener, call in. And
766-9393.
It's going to be June 6th before you win this prize.
Yeah, but it could be a good prize.
All right, we'll let them pick.
Let's take the first caller.
We'll let them pick who they want to go with.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Okay.
Wait, who do you want to play for you?
You,
All right.
All right.
Yes.
And what is your name?
You've convinced her.
Brenda Moore.
Brenda Moore is on the Hood team.
All right, Team Hood, Brenda Moore. You
All right, Brenda Moore, we're gonna win this, okay?
Okay, I hope so.
All right. And let me let's see. All right, I got you. Hey, good morning. Good morning. You can have Keith or Kevin. Which one do you want?
I won't get
You want Keith?
Keith Durham,
All right.
Keith Durham, yes, sir.
Oh.
And what name we need to put on?
Will Chapman.
Willard Chapman. All right, Willard, good to hear from you. And Keith is playing on. You're on the Durham team.
I know Willard. Good morning, Willard.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
Good
man.
morning.
Hey, good morning. You're on WDXE with us. You don't have a choice.
You get Kevin.
The one that's left is the one I was wanting.
You get Kevin. All right.
That's who I wanted.
You wanted Kevin right there.
All right.
On the Kevin Smith team. And what's your name?
Sam McFall.
Sam McFall.
All right.
All right. Well, all right, man. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
So we have our qualifiers.
We got our qualifiers.
And the rules are the one that loses the most pounds by June the 6th. We'll have another weigh-in live on this show on
We're
June
not going to
the
weigh in
6th.
between there and then?
We might, yeah. But the final weigh-in will
Final
be,
weigh in on June
yeah,
the 6th.
final weigh-in on June the 6th. That's when
Lord.
the prizes will be given away. And whoever loses the most weight by pounds, they win $100 in the person, or $100 gift card from Quik Mart, and the person they're playing for wins a $100 gift card.
All right.
Second place is $50. Third place is $25. So we all have winners that we're playing for, and we all get rewarded for our efforts.
All right. So somebody else may want to talk to us. Hey, good morning. How are you? Whoop. Turn your radio down.
Whoop. Oh,
We got to get weighed in right quick. So who wants to go first?
Well, y'all are over there where the scales
All right,
are.
Kevin,
so
go
one of y'all
first. And do you want us to say it out loud? I don't care. You don't care. I don't either. Okay, you got to tap on the top left side first, and let the there you go, and let it settle down. Now you can get on.
Bing.
It's saying get off.
It's like the Olympic symbols going around and around. It may not stop.
256.6.
256.6.
256.6.
All right, I'll go second.
256.6. Yeah, you need to go next because when I get on it, there's not going to be scales left.
Anybody want to take a guess?
I'm going to say you are. Hang on just a second. You are. I don't know. 230.
All right.
240.
Okay.
Wait
I don't
too
know.
long.
All right, here we go.
I'm not a good guesser on this.
246
He's
even.
close.
246.
Man, that's heavy. 246 even.
All right. Everybody hold the fork down.
All right, Jeff. Here we go.
You got to make the scales work good.
Yeah, just tap on right in the center.
Right in the center.
Yep, and then when it settles down, get on it.
All right, here we go. Y'all ready?
Yep.
We're ready.
It's going to be fun.
It's okay.
Can we step on the back of it?
There you go.
330.6.
All right.
How about that?
That's okay. 330.6. All right, so everybody knows what we're up against.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm starting. Well, I've already messed up today, so I might start tomorrow.
You already messed up today.
Oh, no.
And the winner is the most.
I know we got.
Pounds,
I know
right?
you want to change subjects here in just a moment.
Yeah.
But I want to tell you what has happened to me over the last several times that I've tried to decide to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
I will get off and start with a bang, and then I self-sabotage because I'll weigh maybe daily,
Yeah.
and I'll be going great. Well, I'm doing good, did good, and then you'll have that exception like you talk about. And I'm like, well, it was so easy for me to lose that. I can do it anytime.
Yep.
So I tell myself, well, it's easy for me to lose weight.
Go ahead and have it.
So I'll go ahead and eat now because I can lose weight anytime I want to. So it's a self-sabotaging kind of thing.
It is.
It really, really is.
So-
I understand the mentality behind making some exceptions in the plan.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to try to not make exceptions.
Okay.
I'm going to have to probably say there's not exceptions.
I mean, you're really in this for Brenda, aren't you? She's going to.
And I've got Miss Brenda Moore I've got to worry about now.
Yeah.
So it's not just for me.
It's not just you anymore now.
Not even gonna have a cheat day.
No.
All right.
So what do you plan on doing to do
Actually,
this? You have any
I've
plans?
I've had the most success doing a low carb type.
Okay.
diet.
See, I can't
And
do that.
that's-
I'm a bread guy.
Yeah,
and
but if I ever start on it, it goes too far. So
Yep.
I've got to not do it. And it actually does work. You can do it. It's the low carb keto or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And anyway, that's probably what I'll do.
Okay. What are we going to do, Kev? You have any idea yet?
That's where I've sewn my mouth shut. Pretty much, yeah.
Just sew your mouth shut.
So here's what we also need to do as part of the plan.
Oh.
Is you need to check on each other during this process and say,
Oh, yeah.
have you done good today?
Yeah. Each
You know,
week
have you done good this week? Next week we'll talk. Have you done good this week?
Yeah.
Have you been stupid?
Yeah, we can talk about where we fell off the
there
way.
we go. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Knock a corn dog out of each other's hands. We see somebody eating something.
Yeah. And listen, I'm getting advice all over the place.
Oh, really?
You're going to have a lot of people help you out, Jeff.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of folks that'll be rooting for me probably, and rooting for y'all too. I mean,
Oh,
really.
yeah.
So I can tell you, if you see me with if you see me in a Quik Mart, the deal's still on. You see me in a Quik Mart and say that you listen to the show, I'll still buy you a coffee or a fountain drink, whatever. But if you see me in a Quik Mart and I've got a iced honey bun in my hand, smack me and say, hey, you're on a diet. And,
Don't forget about the contest.
exactly. Don't forget about the contest. Keep me in line.
And somebody said they seen you the other day in a Quik Mart, and I said, "Well, did you get your free drink?" And they said, "No, I don't know nothing about it." I said, "Should have been listening to the show."
Absolutely.
Listen, we got some clarification on the rules here for one second.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 second. Chris says, since the goal is the most total pounds lost, what if you lose the same 5 pounds 8 times? And that's 40 pounds.
No, we're going to take okay.
See,
So
that's what I'm really good at.
Yeah, hey, I'm with you on
So
that.
the clarification of the rules is we'll take today's weight and we will subtract
the
June the 6th is weight. And whoever has the largest number there wins.
You. You know what? I'm kind of proud we're doing this.
I am too.
It's going to fit in.
A little motivation. That's what I needed.
I really need to
make
do
it
it.
into a contest, and I'm in.
And there's prizes involved.
Yeah,
and there's
other people
involved. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
We may have stumbled on something right here.
Yeah.
You know, get other people involved in your plan. So
nobody's doing Weight Watchers.
Do what?
Nobody gonna do the Weight Watchers.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not paying to lose weight.
My wife is doing Weight Watchers, and she's having great success.
Well, some people
I don't
need
know
that.
how, because your wife's mother cooks. There's no way that's
easy.
fat-free stuff.
Because you go to her house and you're sitting there eating, and you don't eat something, she'll go, well, "What's wrong with that? When you eat all that?"
Hey there. Good morning. How are you?
Yep, you look at the bright side of this. You've got a good chance of winning this on account of your weight. You can get it off easier than they can.
Well, see, I've that's up my sleeve. Don't think I hadn't thought of that.
All right, thank you, sir.
See, man. All right.
So what John?
Well, you're always complaining that you're at a disadvantage, Jeff, when we have contests
I
around
definitely
here.
have an advantage on this.
So you're wanting like 215 to 220. Jeff, what do you want to get down to?
I would like to get to 220,
Okay.
Okay.
225, something like that. Actually, I'd be happy if I got to 250.
That'd be awesome.
So there you go.
What about you, Kev? You got?
I'd love to be back around 200. Would be great. I know that's probably not possible, but
You'd have to have a whole new wardrobe.
Listen,
I'll do it. If I could,
I've always been built kind of like a fire plug anyway. So, so I was just. But when I was a freshman in high school, I weighed 225 pounds.
Really?
Yeah, 6 foot tall, 225 pounds.
Yeah. You was.
Well, see, I didn't start gaining a lot of weight till I got married.
Yeah.
And because, my nickname's Bones, and it was that for a reason, because I weighed about 140 pounds soaking wet.
You was kind of skinny one time.
I always felt.
You can count my ribs all through high school.
When I went to when Mom took me to get blue jeans, they were Huskies.
Yeah. Husky size.
Oh, me. Well, we always got blue jeans on income tax day, and I remember that. Better than Christmas. All right, so good news today. We want to end the show with some good news.
All right.
Yes.
Scientists, this came out this week, the BBC has reported that scientists have communicated with humpback whales.
They have?
Yeah, and I don't know about you guys, but me and the humpback whale, we go way back.
Do you now?
Yeah.
Really?
Listen to that. Do you know what that haunts me? That whole sound haunts me. For those of you listening, that is the song of the humpback whale.
Yeah.
If you're ever out in the ocean, you hear that. They're docile animals. You can get in the water with them.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
they accidentally swallow you.
That's right.
They could.
Or come up out of the water and land on your boat. I've seen videos of that.
Oh man.
That sounds like my stomach.
So let me tell you.
scary,
Let me tell you where this takes me back. This takes me back to 1979.
Yeah.
January 29th. It was a Monday night. I remember it.
Was it?
It's etched in my mind. So, my dad received a copy of the January edition of the National Geographic magazine. And in that National Geographic magazine was a record, a paper or a plastic record of that humpback whale song.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he played that, and it's haunted us since 1979.
Really?
I mean, it sounds like a haunted house, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
I mean,
it really does.
It sounds like
Sounds like
people
Dory.
squealing and.
Did you ever
Yeah.
see that movie Down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer in it?
Did it have some of these sounds in it?
Well, it had a guy that mocked it. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you got to watch that movie.
I haven't seen it.
You need to watch that
They're
movie.
trying to.
I'm still trying to watch the one that's got the line in it that are you killing me, Sam, or whatever.
The Sandlot.
Oh, the Sandlot.
The Sandlot.
It's killing me, Smalls.
No, because I forgot to write it down. I didn't know what movie it
It's
was.
called The Sandlot. That's a classic. You need to watch that, and you need to watch Down Periscope. It's either Down Periscope or Up Periscope. I think it's Down Periscope.
So I won't listen to that.
Talk about bathroom
That's
humor.
what I'm thinking.
I knew where y'all's mind was going with that. So the scientists have recorded this sound, and they played it back, and they're saying they're communicating with the humpback whales.
Are they communicating with them now?
That's what they say.
Okay.
But I think their methodology is a little skewed.
So
And
what do they do?
So I won't go into it, but the reason that they said that their efforts were successful. So I will start at the end of the thing here. Oh, I'm on the Elon Musk story still.
Wait, it's on the back page.
It is. Oh, it was only one page long, right?
That's right.
There we go. It says, after playing the contact call 3 times, we got a huge response, which
Yes.
means the whales responded.
Yes.
Then, to keep the animal engaged, I started trying to match the latency of her calls to our calls. So if she waited 10 seconds, I waited 10 seconds. And we ended up matching each other. We did this 36 times over a 20-minute period.
Oh.
So the tests were deemed successful when Twain, which was the name of the whale, they named the whale. They named the whale Twain.
Twain the
So
whale.
the tests were deemed successful when Twain was seen circling the boat, ejecting air through her blowhole as she was leaving. Now, is that not what all whales do? I mean, it's a success, guys. The whales
Look
are
at her.
breaching.
She's swimming in the water.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had a blank piece of paper and somebody says, okay, write down what you know about whales, it would be, okay,
The blowover.
Jonah got 8 by 1. And then the other thing is that they come to the top of the water and they blow out air and they suck in air.
This reminds me of the story of the otters that they had rescued.
I hadn't heard
Do you
that.
remember this? These folks had rescued these little otters of some sort out near the ocean or whatever. They'd raised them and got them all, they'd raised them because they were abandoned or whatever. So they got them all up and they were ready to turn them loose in the wild. And the whole gathering, there was news crews there. They were gathered up and they opened up the little cage. And, of course, the little dude saw the oceans. And they went jumping off in there. And this orca whale just went,
Eating them up.
and ate them.
Oh, my goodness.
They raised food.
They were in the water.
raised
They were
supper.
in the water all of about 20 seconds.
So they didn't even look first before dumping them in? Oh, my goodness. There are a couple videos like that on YouTube where people let a little baby rabbit go and a hawk comes down immediately and grabs them. But you know that your scientific endeavor is successful when whales are doing what whales do.
Yes. Well, I'm so glad you brought that up. I used to watch that old Jacques Cousteau.
Oh yeah.
You remember watching those?
Yeah, him and Jim.
Yeah. No.
That was his name.
No.
No, Jacques Cousteau was on the boat.
Yeah, he was on the boat.
Who was the Mutual
Calypso.
Omaha
You remember
guy?
the name of the
That was
boat? Do you remember the name of the boat? Jacques Cousteau? The Calypso.
The Calypso.
The Calypso. And John Denver wrote a song about the Calypso.
Is that what that was about?
That's what that was about.
Well, I need to listen to that.
Yeah.
Ain't that
You
something?
need to be listening to your whale talk.
Yeah, they've quietened down. We do not have a cadence going with them. Oh, there it is.
You know what she's telling us?
What?
The show's about over.
Tell you what, that takes me back to being an 11-year-old in my bedroom and
Hearing
thinking
the spooky music.
the dingo hofer's under the bed.
Go over.
This has nothing to. I don't know why this popped into my brain. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're talking about diets.
Yep.
And there's lots of snack cakes and goodies.
I know all about
at the
Quik Mart.
At the Quik Mart stores.
Yeah.
And they're delicious, by the way.
Oh yes.
One of my favorites is the little hockey puck looking things. I think they call them ding dongs.
Yeah, I had one on my desk day for yesterday.
And they got the cream fill in them. And mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you remember watching The Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
And the house falls on the witch, and and her legs are sticking out from under the house. The house falls on the witch, and the legs are sticking out.
Yeah.
So I saw this cartoon, and it's got a ding dong on top of the witch, broken, and the legs are sticking out from under the witch. Do you get it? Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Oh my goodness. That reminds me of the movie Naked Gun. Remember Naked Gun? And him and Priscilla Presley said, they're playing their favorite song, and it was Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
How did you come up with that, Jeff?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
my
don't
goodness.
know. That's how feeble my brain is.
Hey, listen, I'm going to have the hardest time because of the nature of my work.
You are going to have a hard time.
I'm in probably, in a week's time, I'm probably in 10 to 20 Quik Mart stores.
So here's what you got to do. If let's make a pact right here. If you're tempted to eat something that you think you shouldn't, you got to call one of us.
Okay.
You got to call one of us, and I will walk you through it.
Okay, so I wanted to show you guys.
It's a support group. It's like the WDXE Weight Watchers support group.
So I'm going to text you a picture. When I'm fixing to eat something, I'll just text you a picture, and now give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, okay?
Okay.
That's what we'll do. But I don't know if the people can see this right here. Can you see that?
Yes, I saw that.
All right. Do you see that?
Yeah.
All right. So Amy I have, I'll be doing something and I'll say, hey, come here and smell this. And,
Do that.
you ever do that? And, and your wife's like, I'm not smelling that. Like, I'll get something out of the refrigerator. I say, something's stinking up this refrigerator. So I'll open the lid and I'm like, oh, smell that. And she goes, I'm not smelling that.
Oh, my. I don't do that either. Don't stick something in front of me to say, smell that.
Yeah, but I come in the house last night and she goes, hey, go look at those eggs on the stove. And I walk over there, and this is in a bowl. And so what it is it's an embryo. I mean, she cracked an egg.
Was that you that posted that or sent that out?
That was her, my wife. I don't have Facebook, but my wife has
she
it.
did that. Okay,
I didn't know she sent that out.
Yeah, it's on Facebook.
It was on Facebook.
I mean, I just picked it out and ate it. I mean, I'd have scrambled it.
Well, you know that
a lot of protein.
I think it's
this is the grossest thing I've ever seen.
I think it's in China or somewhere where they let duck eggs develop.
Oh yeah,
and then eat them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the baby chicks in there.
I don't think so. Not for me.
Well,
I mean, you get that bill stuck in between some of your teeth.
the little baby feathers, Get that. All right, we got to go, guys. It's Quik Mart. Time to go.
Give a little plug for Quik Mart, and then we get out.
Quik Mart convenience stores, 39 locations to serve you better. Southern Middle Tennessee, Northern Alabama. Come see us. If you see us at Quik Mart, holler at me, and I'll buy you a coffee or a fountain drink.
All right. See you guys.
See you.
Next week.
Over alleged 2016 payments to keep an alleged affair quiet. The U.S. and our allies in the G7 group of nations have just imposed new sanctions